Hi friends, in our previous video we have seen what the Docker is and what is the use of Docker, how Docker is booming in the market and all. So now in this video I will go for the installation of Docker. So I am going to install Docker on RHEL or CentOS. So you can install in any of the operating system, but mostly we uses Docker on Linux operating system. Docker is available in Windows from Windows 10 onward as well, but right now there is no much of use in the Windows. Why, I will explain in the later video, but for this video just understand that Docker is probably mostly used on top of Linux machine. So I am going with the CentOS operating system. Okay, so before watching this video, I will suggest to everyone to please go through the previous video that what the Docker is, what is the use of Docker, and why Docker is booming in the market. So you will get a better idea. After that, please proceed with this Docker installation and Docker practicals. So in this video I will show you complete step how can you install Docker in your operating system. So I am going to install Docker on my Linux operating system, which I provisioned on AWS. Already I had made a video of AWS as well, that how can you provision a server in free of cost in AWS. So please watch it completely. There I had explained everything, that how can you provision a server and what is the limit of the free tier. If you will cross that free tier, obviously Amazon or AWS is going to charge you for that. So if you will watch my complete video, you will get a complete idea that how can you utilize it in a better way, so that you will not be charged a single penny for using the AWS server. Yeah, so without wasting our time, I am going to just explain you how can you install the Docker. So see, there is only two prerequisites of the Docker. Before you will proceed to install the Docker, just remember that Docker runs on the Linux operating system, which is of 64-bit only. In 32-bit you will not be able to run Docker, and the kernel version should be more than 3.10. If mostly the operating system which we are using nowadays is of 64-bit, and kernel is obviously of 3.10 or more than this, so no need to worry for this. But if anyone can ask you that what is the prerequisite, and as every people just goes and install the Docker and they doesn't find any error in installing, so they are not aware of that actually what the prerequisite is. But actually this is the prerequisite for the Docker to be installed in your operating system. So you must remember this one. Already I have a server on which I am going to show you this how the Docker works. So I am running this Linux operating system in Mobile Extra software. You can install Mobile Extra. This is the best, or I suggest this application to run any of your Linux operating system, because this gives you more flexibility than other application. So I prefer this Mobile Extra, so I am suggesting you as well. So go and just install this Mobile Extra to run your Linux server on top of Mobile Extra. So already I had provisioned a server in AWS, and I am going to show you how Docker works and how can I install the Docker. So see, already there is no Docker in my machine. There is a command to check the Docker version. Either you can use docker-v or Docker, oh my god, docker-version. So see, this both command is used to check either Docker is installed in your operating system or not, and what is the current version of the Docker. So as of now I am getting that there is no Docker command found in your operating system. So I have to install Docker. Okay, so you can proceed this website as well. This is the official website of the Docker if you want any of the confirmation regarding the Docker, only proceed with the official website of the Docker documentation. Whatever updates or whatever the new releases they are having, they used to update in the Docker docs.docker.com. So this is the official website of the Docker. So already I have checked that docker-v is not there. Suppose if any Docker will be there, or if Docker would be there after giving this command, then your first step should be that you should remove Docker from this operating system, and after that goes with the fresh installation of the Docker. So in the first command I have given sudo su, as I am considering that you are aware of the basic command of the Linux and you are aware of all the basic concept of the Linux, so I am not going to explain deep details about this. So what I am saying over here, however, I will make a separate Linux tutorial for the basic concept that what total Linux operating system is and what are the file structure, what are the basic details you needed in the Devops. I will make a separate tutorial for that. So you need to wait some time for that. So here what is the prerequisite is Docker should and Docker must be installed from the root user only. You can't install Docker from any other user. You can install, but it will not run very fine. You will find some error from at any cost of time. So it is best suggested from the Docker that always install Docker from the root user. And to go into the root user, sudo su is the command. Already I am in the root user, as you can see from here. I am just increasing the font size so that it would be more visible to you. So as you can see, this already is the root user. So what I am going to do over here, I am just ignoring this one. So the first command is yum update repo yum update y. Now you will say that why is this compulsory? Do I need to give this command? Without this can't I proceed? Yeah, you can proceed, but if your operating system is new or you have just provisioned it, I will suggest you to go with this command. What the repo list is? See, repo list is the list of the repository. Okay, so whenever you will just provision your server, so you are just giving the command to your operating system that Mr. Operating System, you just go to my repository hub and just update all the repository what it is having. Just update everything in your operating system. So I will explain everything in my separate Linux tutorial, so no need to worry. So right now just follow this command yum update -y. Yum is the command for the RHEL. Separate operating system uses separate command, like Ubuntu uses apt-get. Likewise, separate command is there, so no need to worry. If you are running in the RHEL, just run yum update -y. See what it is doing. It is just updating all the packages in your operating system. So what? See, 169 packages they have registered. Okay, so there can be any packages or there can be any dependency packages which is required for the Docker. So it is best suggested that before going for the installation of the Docker, always go with the updating of your repository, so that it will be easy for you to go with the installation. So let it update. In the meantime, I am just explaining you the next step. So yeah, this I will see later. Now let's explain what I am going to install now. It will be a Docker engine. Either you can say it a Docker server, Docker services, Docker engine, or simply Docker. Every people used to define the same Docker engine with the different names, but at the end this thing is different, Docker. So I will install the Docker engine. So let it complete. I will also add the Docker repository in my Docker repo. So now the question arises that what the repository is. So see, all these are the concept of the Linux operating system, so I am not going to explain it in deep, but however I will explain you in the upcoming video for the Linux tutorial. So see what in basic I am just explaining you. Let me open a duplicate tape for this so that see, there is a file inside the yum.repos.t. Inside this you will find many repository files are there. Okay, so actually what happens from the Linux operating point of view, whenever you runs any command or whenever you goes to install any of the packages, first the Linux redirect to here that what do you have the link to install any of the, suppose I am showing you one repo list. Sorry, vim is not installed. So what I given, I have just opened that file. So what I am looking over here that Amazon has created his own repo and they had given the mirror images of all the list wherever they have just uploaded their packages. So they have just given the link of all the packages. Okay, if you will go to this link, you will be able to find the packages. So the overall thing is that in the repo list you just mention the packages HTTP link where you have to download the package. Okay, so see here I am just giving this link yum dot I think I have the package of announced. So see, I will update in the repository file. So let me in the base URL, see if you are able to see in the base URL I have given this link. So I am going manually to that link. I will show you what will happen if I will go to that link. So see, I have given the same link. What is happening here? It has redirected to me CentOS images with the 7 version, CentOS 7 version, which is having all the packages. If I will click on the packages, see all the Docker related RPM packages is here. So what I will do, I will mention this path in my base URL and I will create such repo in my Linux operating system so that whenever I will install Docker, first as per the first rule of the Linux, it will redirect it command to the repos directory, repository directory, that Mr. repository directory, I require this Docker image. Do you have any mirror image that where can I find it? Then yum repos.d will redirect that, yeah, Mr. I do have one images with me. There you can find the Docker images, Docker engine. So right now I don't have, so I am going to create one repository. Meanwhile, you can also see the path. This is the path inside this etc yum repository. You have to create one repository. So I am going to create one repository with the name Docker repo. And one more most important thing is that every repo file must be end with the extension .repo. So here I am creating one file with the name docker.repo. You can give any name as per your choice. I am giving, as I am creating the repo for the Docker, so I am giving docker.repo. So what I will do over here, I will just insert the repo file. Now I have entered this one. Now what is the GPG check 1? Actually GPG check 1 is the, what in the simple term we can say that it is the means validation. In GPG check we used to say it is GNU privacy guard. It verifies the license that the application or software which you are downloading, is this virus free or not? Is there any license for this software or not? Suppose if this GPG check, you will mention it as 0, then it will just install any packages without verifying that the software has the license or not. And be very sure, there you can install the virus as well along with this package. So always I will suggest mention the GPG check as well, as it verifies that there is no, means there should not be any virus or there should not be any malware file which you are downloading with installing from the yum. Okay, so I just mentioned, see, my one Docker repo file has been created over here. Okay, so now what the next step is, I will just go with the installation of the Docker. But before that, I want to show you one more thing. Yeah, see, before I have given docker update -y command. So I got the message complete, means all my repository has been updated. Now I can proceed further. So let me clear my screen. CLEAR. Okay, I have cleared my screen. So now I am going to show you one more interesting thing, that is if config. Okay, now see how many ether point or internet point you are able to see. Only one network point is there, that is ETH0, which says our server IP is this one. However, this is the private IP. Public IP is you can able to view over here, but this is the IP of my server. Okay, so right now I am getting only one network point over here and the IP address is this one. Please note it down, because after installing the Docker you will be able to see one more network point over here which will be assigned to the Docker. Okay, so now let me proceed with the installation of Docker. And the installation of Docker is very simple. Just you need to run the command yum install docker engine star. Give -y as well. -y is optional. Why I am giving -y is that it will not ask for you either give an option yes or no. It will not prompt your message. By default it will take -y as the default option. So I had run a command. See, the main important thing to note over here. Okay, see, you are getting Docker repo. Whenever you run this yum install command, you are getting Docker repo over here. You remember Docker repo? What the Docker repo is? This is the Docker repo which we have created here. So this is updating the images of Docker repo as well. So now it will pull the Docker engine from the Docker repo and see all the dependency resolution has been done. This is the important message. Many times you will get the error like found some dependency and not able to resolve it. Means what it means that Docker engine they found, they are going to install the Docker engine, but the Docker engine required third-party software or any applications, but they are not able to find that dependencies on which Docker engine is dependent. So as you are getting this Docker dependency resolution, so this is a good news for you that you will not be going to get any error for the installation of this Docker. So now they have given you the message that what installation you are going to do. So they are going to install your Docker engine along with this Docker engine other packages as well. Why they are going to install other packages as well? Because I have given Docker-engine star. Star means whatever the things related to the Docker engine, install everything in my server. So they are going to install, and I think they already have installed. Yeah, good news. Docker is installed. CLEAR. Now you go with the docker -v. Now you are not getting the error like docker command is not found. You are getting the message docker version. Now you can check with this command as well. So your Docker version 17 has been installed in your server. Now the next command which I said if config. Now you will ifconfig. Now you will see the magic. So see, before we ran the docker command, so when we were given the docker-v or docker-hyphen version, so that time we were getting the message like command not found. But this time we are able to see docker version found. So it simplifies that docker has been installed in your server. Okay. So we are completed with the docker installation. So I think docker installation part is done. But see, now also this main part is not over. If you will run any docker command, it will not work. Suppose docker ps. Docker ps is the command to check any process is running or not, means any images is running or not. Or sorry, docker ps is for the container, any container is running or not. So you haven't got any output. What the error you are getting? Connect to the docker daemon at this is this docker running? They are giving you the message. So what do you have to do now? You have to check that docker is running or not in your server. Sorry, systemctl should be there. systemctl, systemctl docker. So see what message you are getting. Systemctl actually it is the command to check the status of the services or daemon services which is running in your server or not. Either you can use systemctl or service, both are the same command. So I have used systemctl status docker. So it is giving us the status of docker as disabled. Mr. Amit, your docker is there in your server, but it is in the disabled state, so that you are not able to use the docker. So what I will do, I will just start this docker, nothing else. So I have just started this docker. Again I will run this same command. Now you see what message you are getting. Active docker is running in your server. Okay. Let me clear the screen. The server got hanged. Okay, you see. The server got hanged. Let me open duplicate session. I think some network issue is there. Yeah. So now I am able to use CLE. I have cleared my screen. So see what the next step is. Are you able to see the magic? Previously when we used ifconfig command, docker 0 was not there as a network, but now we are able to see docker 0 as well. So what I mean to say that docker gets its own network connectivity over here, which starts with the IP address 172.17.0.1. So what will happen? See, I am using docker ps command. So this is the command to check docker container is there or not in your server. So as of now no container is there. I will make a separate video to make container images in upcoming video. But now as you can see, docker ps is the command to check docker container is there or not, and docker images so this is the command to check docker images is there or not in your system. As in our system docker images is also not there. But what I want to explain over here, the first step would be you have to pull or create your image in your docker. The second step will be you just need to run your docker image, then it will become your docker container. Okay. Then the third thing is whenever your docker container will be up, it will be assigned one IP. So that IP will be assigned from this docker 0, and this IP is reserved for this docker. So you will get the IP from 172.17.0.2, from 2, 3, 4 like this. You will get the IP for the containers. Okay. So all these things I will explain in the next video with the practicals. So no need to worry. So in this video you are confirmed that your docker is installed in your server and you are ready to use it. So that's all for this video. Let me check if anything is left. Yeah, everything is over. One few command is there like docker info. So this will give you all the information of the docker. That it is giving as a mystery. Right now no container is there, and if suppose there can be a container, so what it will show the stage of the container, either it is in running state or pause step or stopped stage. The second is it is showing the images, that is there any images of the docker? No images is there, no container is there. Right now we have installed only the docker and we haven't did anything. So after that it is showing you the version of the docker and all these things. You can go with everything. Yeah, swarm, just look into this right now. This I will say in the upcoming videos. It will take some time. Swarm is a different concept of orchestration tool. It is used for the clustering of our containers. So right now I will not going to explain you deep into this, because this is some more means first you have to understand the concept of containers and images. So right now architecture, OS type, they have installed the Docker on top of Linux operating system and all. They have explained everything. They have used your operating system, which is 7.6 icons. Okay. See, one more thing important to notice here, that this is the default directory of the Docker. Okay. You will be able to find this library. Inside this you will be able to find the Docker. So what is the use of this Docker library file and what thing you can do with this? All these things I will explain in the upcoming videos. So registry also, see, yeah, one more thing I want to explain. Let's see, where is default registry? Yeah, see, registry is there. So by default, Docker redirects you to the docker.io registry. So you can create your own registry as well, and you can push the images to that registry. But as of now, understand that Docker default registry is docker.io. This is the default registry. So what thing is important to notice over here? This is the default registry of the Docker, and the next is the root directory of the Docker is this one by default. You can change the directory, but this is the default directory. Their architecture is one, and they are giving you all the OS level whatever. See, are you able to view the operating system over here? Like they are giving as RHEL 7.6, which is flavor is MyPo. Okay, so from where they are showing you this version? So this is the what I said earlier in my earlier video, that Docker used to get installed on top of your host operating system. So Docker is installed in this operating system. So Docker took all the details of my operating system. So my operating system is RHEL 7.6, which you can verify with this command cat./etc/os release. So see, I am getting my OS version. This is the command to use to check your operating system version. So my operating system version is RHEL 7.6. So the same you are getting over here as well. That Docker is utilizing this operating system. The OS type is Linux. The architecture is 64-bit, and the CPU of the operating system it is showing to you. So you can check the CPU size and all. You can check the memory size and all. So everything you can check in your operating system. All the things they are showing it over here. Okay. The next important thing, you see, kernel version also. What I said, at minimum kernel version should required is 3.10, and you can able to see that 3.10 is the kernel version. So that is why my Docker has been installed in this without any error. Okay. Then the important point to notice over here is that Swarm is in inactive mode. Right now I am not using Swarm. I will show you the importance of Swarm in the upcoming videos. So there I have to activate this swarm. So right now this is in the inactive status. By default swarm is inactive. You have to activate this swarm. The next important point to notice over here is the network devices overlay. Now again, what the network pattern is and which network pattern Docker is using, everything I will explain you in the upcoming videos. So the last important thing to notice here is how many containers and how many images is running in your operating system. So right now neither I have created any containers nor any images, so it is showing as 0. Okay, next important command I want to show you -help. I have given a command docker -help. So it will give you two sections. The first one is the management section and the second one is the command. Okay, so what the management section says you that you can have container in your docker, you can have image in your docker, you can have a separate network in your container docker, you can have a node, you can use the node, you can use the plugin, you can, these all are the different. Swarm is also there, volume is also there. All these things I will explain separately in a separate videos. All these are different topic. So what I mean to say over here that these all are the management related command, and along with this command you can use all these things, like I can use docker container cp, docker container commit, docker container exec, docker container kill, docker container logout, docker container pause, docker container pull. Whatever the command is given over here, I can utilize all the things with this command. Okay, so I will show you everything in separate video. So for this video I think this is enough. You have already installed Docker in your server. So in the upcoming next videos we will see what is the how can we create or how can we pull the Docker images, and how can we create a Docker container, and how can we use it. Okay, so I think this is sufficient for this video, and I would request you to, and if you want this document, you can just go to my Facebook page or Facebook group, Devops G, a separate group is there. So in that group I will upload all these documents. You can upload this document, you can download this document, and you can do the practice. And one more thing I want to request with you, that please don't watch this video as Ram Katha. This is not a Ram Katha, this is totally practical video session. Along with this video, do the practical as well. I had already prepared a video, how can you get your own server. Just go and get your own server, and on top of server just please do the practicals and do practice of all the commands which I am going to give you. Don't just watch and forward this video, that is not going to help you anymore. And if you want to get this document, I will upload all the documents in Facebook page, Devops G, one page is there. You can just download that document from there if you want all the steps of this document. So I think for this video this is enough. We will meet in other video. Bye bye.